One of the main reasons people tell me they don't want to leave a position outside of financial security is lack of clarity and confidence around what to do. This feeling can 100% be remedied if you are ready to do the work. There is no quick fix to finding a job or advancing in your career, but being strategic and doing the work will pay off. If you're ready to work, let's go. This is one episode in a 20-episode season designed to provide career foundations for experienced professionals. We are going to give you the tools to find clarity and confidence, help you with your resume, give you simple interview strategies, known job search strategies, negotiation tactics, and more, all with an experienced professional in mind. My name is Julia, and I'm the career strategist behind the Ride the Tide Collective podcast, where we equip ambitious professionals to strategize and take action to advance their career. Welcome, everyone. This week we are talking about leveraging social media for maximum career impact. Social media has always been a point of contention in the career world. On the one hand, you have sites that are central to your career and are built to help you advance. And on the other hand, you have sites that promote you making a fool of yourself or making poor decisions. I've been thinking a lot about the future of social media and how it will impact careers in 20 to 30 years. By then, there will likely be other types of social media, and the apps we use now will be obsolete. But that doesn't mean the content is gone and hasn't been saved somewhere else on the internet. I'm interested in how the TikTok account of a teen today will impact their career later in life. Obviously, not all teens are making poor choices, but are they thinking about how the video they think is funny today might impact their career in 20 to 30 years when they are applying for an executive level position? When you grow up in a world that has always had some form of social media, are the younger generations going to care? Or will they chalk it up to youthful fun? Or will the online antics keep you from achieving your career dreams because your image is tainted? For certain career paths, this might be the case. What if you want to go into politics or take a public-facing role in a major corporation? The world will do everything they can to dig up information about you to discredit you or the organization. I realize I might be speaking to the choir on this topic, given the average age of my listener, but it's still something to consider and a topic I believe we need to impart on our children. Beyond my thoughts about the future of social media, I want to discuss the ways you can leverage social media in your career. Let's talk about LinkedIn, the most obvious choice for online career networking and advancement. I want to talk about 3 ways your profile can be written when you have some career experience. So we aren't talking early career or straight out of college. I'm also going to mention what type of content you should be posting and engaging with. The first type of profile is someone who is a functional area master, technician, or practitioner. This is someone with a singular expertise in a specific career. Think about someone in IT, HR, a recruiter, a subject-specific teacher, an analyst, and so on. This type of profile is all about mastery of a topic and area. It will have technical skills and projects. This is a great profile when you have built some expertise in your career and you want to be known for that skill. This is also ideal if your interest is moving into similar roles at other companies and you want to show your expertise in a particular area. If this is you, think about sharing articles and content that show your expertise in this area. Whether you write your own content or provide thoughts on someone else's, the more you share about a specific subject, the more your network will see you as an expert in this area. I should also mention that there are people who are well into their career, who manage others, and who are leaders in organizations who will still fall into this type of profile because it's what they want to be known for. The next type of profile is one that is management focused. Chances are you were a technician at some point and wanted to transition to management, so your profile might be a bit of a hybrid. If you are aspiring to go into management, you might have some content that shows how you support a team with common skills used for people management. This type of profile might be specific to a functional area, but doesn't have to be. Some people are great managers of people, regardless of the functional area they oversee. The key to these profiles is to highlight your interactions with people. How do you lead others? What is your management style? How do you communicate? What results has your team produced as a result of your leadership and management? Someone who uses this type of profile will want to post and create content around managing others. Talk about your strategies and techniques, comment on management style articles, and voice your thoughts. And finally, we have the thought leader. The thought leader is someone who has a profile that exhibits big ideas and big picture thinking around a functional area or industry. Think of someone like Simon Sinek or Brené Brown. While they started in a more specific industry or functional area, they are now thought leaders. We don't necessarily connect with them for networking purposes, but for inspiration and overall thought leadership in a given subject. These types of profiles go beyond a position. Sure, you might have a leadership position in a company, but the content on your profile and the content you post and comment on is all about the bigger picture in the future. Here's the great part. You can be mid-career and start to position yourself as a thought leader in your industry if that's something you aspire to do. If you have thoughts and opinions you want to share, you are a thought leader. These 3 profile types aren't the only types you will see, but they are the most common. The key to creating a great LinkedIn profile is to understand where you are headed in your career and write a profile that supports that path, along with posting content that supports where you are headed. Your LinkedIn profile is a marketing tool. Within 10 to 15 seconds of looking at your profile, I should be able to figure out what you do and where you want to go. So let's talk about action. If you know your LinkedIn profile is in dire need of transformation, take it one step at a time. If you don't know where you're headed, that would be the first step. Of the profiles I mentioned previously, which one sounds most like you and where you're headed in your career? If you want to dive deeper, check out our Finding Career Clarity ebook. I'll link it in the show notes. Once you know where you are headed, take your profile piece by piece. Change the headline first, then work on your summary, and then alter your positions. Send your profile to some trusted friends or colleagues and ask them what they think your profile says about you and where they think your career is headed. The downside to LinkedIn is that not every functional area or industry uses it as a standard. This is where doing your homework on an industry is important. Professional associations are a great way to figure out where your people interact the most. Times are changing. While LinkedIn is still known as a professional social networking site, it doesn't mean you can't get the same interaction on Facebook through a group. Once you figure out where your people are, you need to think about what your profile says and implies using the profile types I just mentioned. Let's talk about Facebook for a few minutes. I don't know where Facebook is headed, but I know that younger generations aren't using it, which means it will probably be obsolete at some point. Having said that, Facebook groups are one of the most utilized parts of the entire platform. I would think about how you can join groups that interest you personally or professionally, because you might be surprised what kinds of connections you can make. Again, it depends on your career goals and what makes sense for you. Now, that does mean that you have to interact and comment, and it means you need to have enough information in your profile to help people understand who you are. Overall, I still believe LinkedIn is the way to go, but it's up to you. You have to decide if you want people connected to you professionally to be connected to you personally. It's really about preference. Yes, there are other social platforms you can use professionally. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, even TikTok. But again, it's going to depend on your career path and your career goals. For someone who wants to be a thought leader, these other platforms might be ideal to help you get there. The biggest takeaway I want you to get from this episode is that you need to be intentional about social media, professionally and personally. Make sure your social media is showing you the way you want to be seen in the world. At least once or twice a year, I do a social media audit where I go through all my social media profiles and make sure there isn't anything in them I wouldn't want public. I also use this as a time to unfollow accounts, hashtags, or people who aren't helping me get where I want to go. Thank you for listening, and if you want to connect more, visit Ride the Tide Collective on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook.